is Abdulrazak Ali, and we have a lot lined up for you on this day of 23rd April 2023. But first, let's have a look at some of our top stories. Al-Shabaab spending millions to remove veteran governor. Presidential envoy says Serbia to support Somalia improve drainage systems in Mogadishu. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud mourns victims killed in an Al-Shabaab attack. The government of Serbia has pledged its support to Somalia in improving the drainage system, which had not been maintained for over 30 years. This move comes after talks between Somalia's ambassador to Serbia, Mohamed Abdullahi, and Mayor of Belgrade, Aleksandar Sapik.
The government of Serbia has pledged its support to Somalia in improving the drainage system, which has not been maintained for over 30 years. This move comes after talks between Somalia's ambassador to Serbia, Mohamed Abdullahi Ahmed, and the mayor of Belgrade, Aleksandar Shapic. Upon agreement, the two officials signed an agreement outlining several other development projects. As part of the agreement, the officials agreed that the two countries would collaborate on the expansion of their respective capitals, Mogadishu and Belgrade. Engineers from both countries will conduct a study on the drainage systems in Mogadishu to develop a plan to improve transportation and traffic management. Speaking after the meeting, Mayor Shapic expressed the desire to enhance the relationship between the two countries and their capitals, stating that they have a long history of working closely together. He pledged to work towards the betterment of the residents of both cities. In response, Ambassador Ahmed expressed his appreciation for Serbia's support and commitment towards strengthening the relationship between the two countries. He noted that the plan to improve the drainage system in Mogadishu was crucial in effectively managing the flow of traffic and transportation in the city. Somalia's drainage system has not been maintained for over 30 years, which has contributed to severe flooding in various parts of the country. Recently, the country has been grappling with devastating floods that have affected thousands of people and caused immense destruction in several parts of the country. Somalia has been on a journey to re-establish stability and rebuild its infrastructure after decades of civil war. The contributions of allies such as Serbia in improving the country's infrastructure is critical in achieving these goals. Improvements in infrastructure, such as drainage systems, are essential in ensuring that citizens can move freely with safety and efficiency. Bilateral agreements such as the one between Somalia and Serbia demonstrate the mutual commitment to developing and strengthening partnerships in critical areas such as infrastructure and development. The commitment of Serbia to support Somalia in improving its drainage system is a significant step towards strengthening bilateral relations and enhancing development in the two countries. The move is commendable, and it reinforces the importance of maintaining collaborative partnerships between nations, particularly in advancing infrastructure and development projects in developing nations.
Now, Somali President Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has expressed condolences to the families of the victims killed in an Al-Shabaab attack in Masagawa, located in the Galgaduud region of Somalia.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has expressed his condolences to the families of victims of an attack carried out by Al-Shabaab militants in Masagawa, located in the Galgaduud region of the country. The attack, which targeted innocent civilians, shows the militants' cruelty and hostility towards the people of Somalia, according to the president. President Mahmoud urged the Somali people to remain firm in their fight against the terrorists and encouraged the government to continue their efforts to liberate the country from their influence. He stated that the Masagawa attack, along with other similar incidents in the past, reveal the militants' true intentions and goals against the government and citizens of Somalia. The president acknowledged the significant progress made by the government thus far in the fight against Al-Shabaab. He commended the national security agencies for their unwavering commitment and dedication to the fight, and acknowledged that the victory against the militants is drawing near. President Mahmoud expressed his desire for the injured to receive prompt medical care, and assured the families of victims and the injured that the government will provide them with the necessary assistance. The attack in Masagawa is not the first of its kind in Somalia. Al-Shabaab militants have been actively targeting innocent civilians and peacekeepers for years, creating an environment of fear and insecurity. The government has been working to re-establish stability in the country, and it's made considerable progress in recent years. However, the continued attacks by militants remain concerning, as the government remains vigilant in its efforts to eradicate the group. The federal government has been working with communities to help identify and stop the activities of extremist groups. The recent attack by Al-Shabaab in Masagawa serves as a reminder of the continued threat the militant group poses to Somalia's stability However, the government's efforts to combat the group with the support of the Somali people are gradually yielding positive results. The president's message of condolence and encouragement can instill hope in the hearts of citizens as they work towards a more prosperous and peaceful future.
Now, the militant group Al-Shabaab is using its dollar muscle to influence the removal of Governor Ahmed Jaite of Hiran region, who has been the backbone of the 9-month-long military offensive in the Middle Shabelle region, a senior government official has claimed. The militant group Al-Shabaab is using its dollar muscle to influence the removal of Hiran regional governor Ali Jaite, who has been the backbone of the 9-month-long military offensive in the Middle Shabelle region, a senior government official has claimed. According to the presidential envoy for civilian protection and stabilization, the militant group has been using its financial resources to bribe local leaders and officials in an effort to undermine the government's effort to maintain stability and security in the region. Governor Jaite has been instrumental in leading the military offensive against Al-Shabaab in Middle Shabelle region, which has been a stronghold of the militant group for years. Under his leadership, Somali forces have made significant gains against Al-Shabaab, recapturing several key towns and villages and weakening the group's ability to launch attacks. The removal of Governor Jaite would be a major setback for the government's efforts to defeat Al-Shabaab and restore peace and stability to the country. His leadership has been widely praised for its effectiveness and his commitment to the security of the region and its people. The influence of Al-Shabaab's financial resources has long been a concern for the Somali government and its partners in the fight against terrorism. The group is known to generate significant revenue through extortion, kidnapping, and other criminal activities, which it then uses to fund its operations and buy the loyalty to local officials and tribes. Despite these challenges, the government remains committed to its efforts to defeat Al-Shabaab and restore peace to the country. The Somali National Army, with the support of international partners, continue to conduct operations against the group, targeting its leadership and disrupting its operations. The revelation by the envoy comes as the government is working to address the root cause of extremism and terrorism, including poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunity. The influence of Al-Shabaab remains a significant challenge as the government continues support from its international partners. Now, the U.S. has confirmed it has evacuated American personnel from Khartoum. President Joe Biden, who confirmed, said that Washington is also suspending operations at its embassy as they are fighting between Sudan's rival commanders continued. The U.S. military has evacuated American government personnel from Khartoum, President Joe Biden has said, adding that Washington is suspending operations at its embassy there as fighting between Sudan's rival commanders continued. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a statement that all U.S. personnel and their dependents have been safely evacuated and that the U.S. will continue to assist Americans in Sudan in planning for their own safety. All U.S. government personnel and a small number of diplomatic personnel from other countries were evacuated in the operation, which removed fewer than 100 people, U.S. officials said. Saturday's fighting breached what was meant to be a 3-day truce from Friday to allow citizens to reach safety and visit family during the Muslim holiday Eid al-Fitr. Each side accused the other of not respecting the truce. Beyond Khartoum, reports of the worst violence have come from Darfur, a western region that suffered a conflict which escalated from 2003, leaving 300,000 people dead and 2.7 million displaced. A UN update on Saturday said looters had taken at least 10 World Food Programme vehicles and 6 other food trucks after overrunning the agency's office and warehouses in Nyala, South Darfur. There has been no sign that either side can secure a victory or is ready to talk. Since Bashir's overthrow and after a 2021 coup, Burhan and Hemeti held the top positions on a ruling council that was meant to hand over to civilian rule and merge the RSF into the army. The World Health Organization reported on Friday that 413 people had been killed and 3,551 others injured since the fighting broke out. The death toll includes at least 5 aid workers in a country reliant on food aid. Thank you so much for watching Dalsan TV English News. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. Have a lovely evening.